Here we have some examples of hula hooping as shown by children. The first one is an adorable little girl in a grocery store.
You can try it again.
So you can see she functionally might not understand how to keep the hoop above her hips, but she definitely has some rotation and spastic movements going on. And then here is Alyssa, who is equally adorable, showing us the motor behavior that children show when hula hooping. Arms are in high guard, functionally just not able to keep it going. But here's an example of a child who's actually very proficient in hula hooping.
Show.
Wow. And then what do I do? Arms up?
Multitasking.
Arms up? Do I count when I do it?
Yeah. How do I do it like this? One.
Okay, so after childhood, we go into the adolescence period, and adolescents show much more coordination during hula hooping. This is usually when they reach their maximum ability to hula hoop in the normal, average fashion. So they must be able to improve fluidity and hip movements with the hoop. They must be able to feel anterior and posterior iliac spine in coordination with the hoop. Learning to make small knee and ankle adjustments, so they're slightly less spastic than younger children. And they've been able to feel the somatosensor input of a successful hula hooping. Once they understand how to achieve it, they're able to maintain that motion. They have a better understanding of the movement, basically. Their body angle is more upright, they have less lateral movement, and they have smaller, more fluid adjustments. The posture is upright, relaxed, and usually they will have access to a hoop and know which hoop is best sized for them. Like I said, this is also the age group where you maximize your ability to hula hoop on the average level. So at this age, typically you're going to have social pressure to stop hula hooping. Most people see it as a younger child's a younger toy for kids. So if you're at the adolescent age, you may continue to do hula hooping in the form of dance or other coordinated movements. So functionally, it's a matter of motivation. Structurally, you're going through puberty changes, so for girls, you're going to have a change in hip size, but for the most part, this isn't going to affect your ability to hula hoop. Environmentally, there's the social pressure, and the task is also changing depending on if you're just hula hooping or trying to incorporate into a dance. So here we have two examples of adolescents, or I guess maybe myself trying to be adolescent. So you're able to make adjustments when necessary, but for the most part able to maintain the hula hoop. And then at this age group, you can also attempt to do different movement patterns. So as you see, this little boy is pretty proficient in going on one leg and switching up his movement patterns. So into adulthood, again, this is an activity usually seen by children. So as an adult, you might not have as much time to practice. Sometimes the ability to hula hoop goes down. Your coordination is affected by your flexion, extension, abduction, and adduction of the hips. So your gyration of the hips sometimes goes down, especially as you get older. That flexion extension becomes harder. Your body angle also changes. Once you reach into older adulthood, it might regress to earlier stages of hula hooping if it's been a long time since you've hula hooped. And your posture is upright, but you have minimal sway. Again, this is functionally, you're maybe able to understand how to do it, but structurally, body fat and physical fitness can get in the way. Environmentally, you might not have as much access to hula hoop. Due to being an adult, you don't need access to a hoop. If you have children who have hula hoops, then maybe you will be more likely to do it once in a while. And the task is just trying to hula hoop or participate in something more. So again, if you're dancing as an adult or something like that. So here we have an example of me attempting to show motor behavior of an older adult while hula hooping with minimal hip movements. And here on the right we have a video that is very interesting that shows how therapy and hula hoop can kind of go together to improve physical fitness.
Adult services. I love sharing hula hooping with people. It has got so many benefits for your physical and mental well-being. It's a fantastic cardio workout. It improves your posture, flexibility, balance, muscle tone and strength, and it's so much fun. You get to work your body and the brain at the same time, and as you're learning this new skill, you're using...
Okay, and then as we wind down here, we can see an example of both of Alyssa and myself doing our best hula hooping. Sometimes you sign up for a project on hula hooping and you realize after starting that you can't actually hula hoop. So I'm not going to say any names, but that might have happened. Here's Alyssa doing her darndest. And here I am trying to incorporate dance and hula hooping together. So I just want to thank everybody for watching and hope that you learned quite a bit about hula hooping today. We certainly had a little bit of fun putting it together, and have a nice summer.